I created the ultimate Giga Chad in Crusader Kings 3, not only in looks, but in performance as well. 100 Statman makes a return today, the legend himself inspired by the likes of Spiffing Brit and Koi Fish. I also made him immortal because that's more content, baby. If you want more content, don't forget to subscribe and like the video while you're down there. And if you are a true Giga Chad like 100 Statman, you can get early access to these videos if you support me on Patreon. Check it out, linked in the description. Welcome, everybody, to Crusader Kings 3 here in the year 1066, the year of our Lord. On screen here, you're going to see a very handsome Chad of a man, and yes, that is none other than Honderd of Holland of House Hunnet. You guys know we keep it 100. Any Dutch boys in the crowd? If you know, you know. Honderd here is a very, very studly character. He is lustful, that way he can have lots of children. He is gregarious, ambitious, a brilliant strategist, holy warrior, athletic, beautiful, genius, Herculean, pure-blooded, stronk, a giant, of course, fecund, or however that's pronounced, that way he can have even more children, and he is also immortal, because I don't want him to die in battle. We are going to ride this game out and let Honderd take control of his own destiny, and we are going to watch and see if we can learn a little something from this guy. Obviously, something like a 100 Statman run is low-hanging fruit. It's very easy to come up with ideas like this. So if you guys have something else that you would like to see, make sure you let me know in the comments below. I definitely want to be branching more into Crusader Kings and Hoi 4 in the coming year. So make sure you leave it in the comments below. Regardless, we are going to observe and we are going to zoom in on Honderd here and see how things go as we speed 5 and unpause. And my God, look how fast this game runs. Oh my gosh, compare this to EU4 and it is just like night and day. You literally can't even compare it. This has nothing to do with Honderd over there, but it does look like Norway has had a bit of a facelift here. England actually taking on a bit of a prettier color, in my opinion, and now under the same banner as the Kingdom of Norway. So, ooh, that's pretty interesting. I wonder if he's going to form the Danelaw. And about 4 or 5 years in, Kaiser Heinrich IV has appointed Honderd here to be his Master of the Hunt. Still no positions on the council, but with stats like this, I think he's going to be foolish if he doesn't bring him on. Oh, sheesh, it doesn't look like William took too kindly to that, raiding the British Isles over here with his 7,000 man. I don't think that that's going to go too well for young Magnus here, only 30 years old, fighting against William the Conqueror here. We'll see how things go with that. And it appears Honderd here, like some young Matilda von Luxembourg, has been betrothed to him. She has no good stats, but she is indeed the heir to the Duchy of Luxembourg. At least for now, until her mother has another child. So we'll see how things go with that. But at the very least, she should get some claims that Honderd may be able to push on her behalf. And it actually looks like his diplomacy is getting Honderd enough votes to make him the heir to the HRE, which would be a pretty sizable power buff for him. Also, the Mad Lad is making 10 gold per month with 4 prestige and 11.5 piety per month. Yeah, he's gonna have lots of mana up here to be spending. Praise be, Matilda is with child. Not that they'll ever really get to rule, because you know, Honderd here is immortal. Though he can die to plots. He can be murdered. He just can't die of old age or health issues, as far as I know. And on this day, a child is born, David Honderdsson Hunnet. He is a hale, quick, beautiful, pure-blooded giant boy. I don't know how you can tell if he's a giant, considering the fact that he is literally like 1 month old. But here he is. He's got a nice jawline for a little kid. I have a feeling his dad is very much going to outlive him. Actually, I can almost guarantee he will. And literally like 1 month later, Kaiser Honderd of the Holy Roman Empire, my man, absolutely beautiful. He is now the leader of the Holy Roman Empire, the Duchy of Holland, the County of Holland, the County of West-Friesland, and Zeeland as well, with a claim on Brugge over here on France. I have a feeling he's probably going to push that. Also, I should mention that William the Bastard has died in his sleep only after conquering the Kingdom of England and passing it on to his son, Robert Curthose, or however that is pronounced. So good on you, William. Also, take a look at this one. Cumania. And here we go, attacking King Hughes for a de jure claim on the Duchy of Brabant over here. I think it's actually literally just this province here, but take a look at these numbers. It's looking pretty good for young Honderd over here. Yeah, 80% from battles won, down to 2014 troops. Safe to say France not gonna be doing pretty well for very long. And praise be, Honderd has a daughter, Beatrice, Honderd's daughter, or however that is pronounced, of the Holy Roman Empire, an Amazonian, quick, comely giantess of a little girl. What a cutie. And now it's time for a de jure war on the Duchy of Holstein here from Denmark, which will allow them to take this province. And yeah, take a look at these numbers. It does not look like the defenders here are going to stand much of a chance in this time either. And my goodness, there's quite a few little kids popping out here. Chewbert over here, as well as Emma, both with decent traits. Not all of them, of course, but quite a few. And the customs legacy has been decided upon by young Honderd here of Kaiser of the Holy Roman Empire. Of all the crusades, there is one for the Kingdom of Wallachia. Okay, man, I don't know how that's going to turn out. I imagine that Honderd here is probably going to have the most contribution, and therefore maybe get one of his children on the throne of the Kingdom of Wallachia, but only time will tell. Nope, it appears it's like this French guy, King Richard of Wallachia, but you know, that's pretty cool though. I don't know why they needed a crusade for it. Oh, they're Tengri. That makes more sense then. Yeah, that makes more sense. Honderd is making very good progress through his chivalry focus here in the military tab. He's not working on anything else yet, but obviously with as long lived as he will certainly be, he's gonna be able to probably finish out all of them. Of course, we know the religious icon of Honderd, the anointed of the Holy Roman Empire here, with his 7 children, young Matilda here. Well, not so young, basically past her prime, but either way, we have 7 children here. We'll see how things go with that. Lots of alliances to be had, though his only alliance is Salerno down in the south. So looks like Honderd is just kind of taking his military might and running with it. He's got 1,200 armored footmen, which is absolutely wild. Also, look at this domain limit. He can have up to 26 holdings. What the heck? 20 from his stewardship. That's pretty nice. Meanwhile, the drama continues over on the British Isles. We have Folke Sveinson over here from Shakir, however that's pronounced, taking over and kicking the Normans out of England. The Norwegians are back in control. Rest in peace, the beautiful Matilda drank herself to death here on July of 1121, and young Honderd here has betrothed himself to a very young girl. Nothing to see here, 77 and 12, totally reasonable. The daughter of the Duchy of West Franconia, so it looks like Honderd here making some political moves. Likewise, Honderd has expanded a bit up into here. There was a bit of a holy war, I believe, for Brandenburg, so he has a couple of provinces from there, though I think he gave one of them to his son. So yes, young Chewbert over here is doing something as well. So if he can spread his dynasty just even within his own realm, that's going to be pretty good. Honderd, you dirty dog. We can't see all of them, but he was an adulterer just a bit ago, and now he is a deviant as well as a paragon. So things seem a little bit conflicting here, but apparently he is both at the same time. Also, what the heck happened here? Hindered from declaring war on Pope Eugenius III for 9 years, though there was a truce signed with Pope Eugenius paying a large sum of gold to Kaiser Honderd. So something happened there, and I don't know what it was, but I'm sure it was pretty good. Honderd over here collecting all the counties. Seems like whenever he picks one up, he just keeps it. So yeah, he's got quite a few. He's up to 9 domain holdings, so quite a bit more than I think the 2 he started with, and his money is likewise going up an incredible 43 ducats per month, which less than 100 years into the game is pretty nuts. He's also gaining 14 prestige per month, exalted among men, as well as 17 piety per month. Of course, the religious icon, the deviant Kaiser Honderd, the anointed. Oh, yo, what happened to Romilda? Holy smokes, something happened to her. Died a leper, a wounded, disfigured leper with lover's pox. Yikes. Look at that, dude. Oh, gruesome. And now continuing the trend here, Honderd marrying young Huta, Harold's daughter of Sigdur Hedby or whatever. She's the daughter of the Duke of Schleswig, so, you know, maybe not necessarily a lateral move. She's also gay. I don't know. Maybe she'll give him kids. He's up to 8 total. His son is 49. Yeah, so safe to say he's probably going to be outlived by his father, who's looking very dapper for being only 90 years old. And very interesting, King Albrecht of Bohemia has taken over the Kingdom of Hungary, pulling it in to the Holy Roman Empire, making King Honderd also the lord all the way over into bordering Zaporozhia with, you know, a very cool 31,000 troops. Not really sure what this one's about. Emir An-Nasir has attacked these guys who are allied to the HRE Emperor, so probably going to lose considering the fact that they're outnumbered like 4-1. Here we have Angevins back in charge of England and allied to the Holy Roman Emperor. So it looks like he is actually putting an effort into getting some allies here, though a few of these guys are lowly counts and or dukes that are probably not going to do a whole lot, but allied to the King of England, that is a pretty good one. He's got an extra 7.7 thousand troops. So yeah, definitely an alliance block to be respected. And here he is, 100 years old, House Honderd, Honderd, the Anointed, the HRE Emperor, the Kaiser. And he's doing quite well. He's got 6 titles now. He's been giving them away to his children. Sadly, one of his daughters has died in childbirth, and this son drowned, apparently. He was actually the Duke of some place over here that had been conquered on their behalf, but it has been passed down to his oldest son, David, who is certainly going to be passing that down to his children. So sadly, children are dying, but it does not mean that the realm is not prospering. Honderd and his dynasty are absolutely thriving, almost completely finishing out the customs branch here, and they are now a well-known family. What does the future hold for the Honderd dynasty? Well, let's find out. And here we are, Crusade for the Kingdom of Aragon. Honderd here, absolutely steamrolling through it. The biggest contribution to the war chest as well as overall score, putting himself very, very cleanly in the first spot here. And if they win, which they're currently losing it, but I think it's mostly just due to people sending in little like 1k stacks and dying. If they do win, looks like this guy here, his great-grandson Drosuk Honderd, will be taking over, which is pretty sweet. Yo, look at all these armies running around, especially on speed 5. They're just like craziness, teleporting all over the place. But here he is, the young King Drosuk of Aragon, House Honderd. We officially have boyos outside of the realm of the Holy Roman Empire. But my goodness, what's going on over here with you guys? They are winning, but yeah, at what cost? Also, the Seleucids have absolutely crumbled. Cool to see the Seljuks over here. But sadly, Cummania has also split apart, and it's getting to be that time where within a bit of time here, we're going to be seeing some hordes popping up over here, so to speak. It appears that some holy wars have been going on here with the Holy Roman Empire making their presence over here in Tunisia and what is this, Tripoli. So yeah, going to be bordering quite a few big guys. Meanwhile, Iberia is absolutely broken apart, though this Moroccan nation is doing quite well, and the Fatimids over here in Egypt are also doing okay. But, you know, we'll see how things go in the long term for them. And again, at the ripe old age of 133, Honderd here really just insists on marrying the youngins here after his previous wife has been divorced from him for some reason. I don't really know exactly why. And now he is betrothed to a 15-year-old. And to be honest with you, she's not anything impressive. I don't really know why he's marrying her, but you know, that's how it is. One of my patrons actually sent me a really funny meme a while ago, basically saying like the AI could, you know, marry for an alliance, marry for traits, marry for all these incredible things. And then instead they marry like a 75-year-old woman who's like decrepit and, you know, lowborn and stuff like that, because the AI in this game is, you know, it's a paradox AI. So you can't really expect too much. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Up to 17 holdings for Honderd. Absolutely incredible. And hopefully his wife is going to give him some talented and ambitious children here. Up to 10. But yeah, he's only got 2 living ones because the rest of them all died of old age or drank themselves to death. Died of cancer. Poor girl. But look at this. He's even got grandchildren that have already died of old age, which is pretty impressive. Honderd, the Giga Chad, absolutely dominating with almost 60,000 troops. And the Mongols are soon to come here. They actually have popped up over here. Here's Temujin. Hopefully, we're going to have like a big boss battle eventually. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, at least. Well, lads, inshallah, jihad is upon us. It looks like the attackers here are heavily outnumbered, and we'll see how things go, because obviously, Honderd is on the side of this one defending, and yeah, he's got quite a few men to contribute to the cause. It's just gonna be a matter of can he get down there and you know, engage them in battle / siege them down. Looks like they're winning pretty handedly, but you know, we'll see how things go in time. Well, what do we have here? Honderd here attacking for a claim on one of his vassals to the entire kingdom of France. Safe to say, probably gonna go well for them, though it started over 2 years ago, and they haven't really progressed a whole lot But if I am correct here, that will bring the entirety of France under the banner of the HRE, which is pretty based. And it does make sense when you think about it, considering that France is kind of the successor state to the Franks, right? Charlemagne and all them. So yeah, France joining the HRE makes a bit of sense because, it's a contentious topic. Some people say Charlemagne was the first emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. Some say it was Otto, or whatever his name is, Otto the First. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Either way, we have prettier borders here for Honderd's HRE. Meanwhile, the Mongols over Temujin continue to march westward, very, very close to some borders over here with the HRE. It's only a matter of time. Though old man here is probably going to be splitting it up, and it looks like Chagatai is blind. And as I say it, Chagatai takes over. I was going to say because his brother was executed by the high chiefdom of some place I've never heard of. And now we've got a few vassals here that have been split up within the Mongol Empire. So it doesn't matter. Still 80,000 troops. That's actually more than Kaiser Honderd. So we'll see exactly how things go with that. But I'm ready for the clash. 172 years old, and Honderd here is obese. And look at the absolute size of this unit. Also, look at his wife's face. This right here is peak CK3 performance. You may not like it, but this is what it is. We've got our Lover's Pox leper wife here with what looks to be a little bit of Lover's Pox going on for Honderd here. Good thing it can't kill him, but yeah, it's definitely not the best look I've ever seen. It's getting real here. Chagatai now borders the Holy Roman Empire and the Byzantines. So it's only a matter of time before things start to get a little funky over here. The Mongols are pushed all the way into Arabia, pushing into the Fatimids. So yeah, Mongols very, very strong right now. About 1-to-1 with the Holy Roman Empire, and about 2-to-1 to the Byzantines. So yeah, we'll see what's going on with this, but I'm really hoping for a big war soon. Here we go. It's time for a holy war for the Duchy of Kiev. We've got roughly 1-to-1, a few more going on for Honderd. And it looks like Chagatai actually died midway through the war. We've got young Jamunga here, and they are fighting it out. But we'll see how things go. About 2 years in, and definitely looks like the HRE, despite being outnumbered now, is going to pull through. And after a 5-year war, we have a truce signed, which was won by Kaiser Honderd. I think it just got him some money or something like that. They were attacking for Kiev. So it was a defensive war. You actually can't take land in defensive wars because reasons. But yeah, maybe that weakened the Mongols a little bit, but it doesn't really look like it considering the fact that they still have 30,000 special soldiers. And it's time for round 2. This time Honderd doing the attacking, but it's only for a couple of provinces over here, which I find kind of disappointing. I want to see some holy wars for kingdoms. But we'll see how things go. Obviously, if they can win a war and weaken these guys, maybe the Mongols will crumble, though. Yeah, we'll see. The HRE is basically only strong because of Honderd. The Mongols are strong because the AI cheats and gets extra troops. So we'll see how Honderd handles these guys. And here's another one, this time attacking for a duchy over here. It looks like they're trying to clean up their borders, which I appreciate that at the very least. But yeah, hard to say what exactly is coming on from this. But the Mongols actually had a populist uprising that released a couple of small little tags, namely Emira Kamara over here in the Suleymanid Emirate in Mesopotamia and Basra, which is pretty cool. And of course, Honderd wins. And at the ripe old age of 203, the beautiful young Honderd the Anointed with Dynasty Hunnet, a glorious dynasty with 172 living members, currently working through the Blood Dynasty legacy, which is very good for his descendants. And yeah, things are going pretty well. They are definitely keeping it 100. And here we have it. It looks as if with the death of the Khan that the Mongol Empire is broken up. We have the Golden Horde, this Borjin, Chagatai, and Ilkhanate. They are the major players, and it looks like each of them are kind of doing their own thing now. They all combined have a very large force limit, but obviously 90,000 over here for the HRE with Honderd is it's going to be hard to overcome for these guys, especially split up like that. Oh, yo, I have no idea what just happened to the Gold Horde. They just absolutely exploded. They lost a war to the HRE to take a couple more provinces over here and then just completely busted apart. That is kind of crazy, actually. I don't even know how to find out what happened. So yeah, back to the Dark Ages over here in Siberia. Now, it is very far into the game, but I actually believe this is the first war between the HRE and the Byzantines, so the Holy Roman Empire versus the Eastern Roman Empire / Roman Empire. So yeah, obviously Honderd is outnumbering them. He had like 130,000 at one point, and definitely going to be adding quite a bit of land to the HRE. Probably the beginning of the end for the Byzantines, as the Ilkhanate here is knocking at their door with their own 40,000 men. So yeah, we'll see how things go with this. And after an 8-year grueling war, the HRE took Serbia here from the Byzantines, and also Ilkhanate has absolutely just destroyed themselves. I don't know what happened. I assume it's like driven by event or upon leader death or something along those lines. But yeah, this is an absolute mess again. This is mostly united, and it's also very much mostly Catholic, with Ireland having a couple of holdouts here in insular land, though northern Iberia is Catholic, northern Africa, parts of it is Catholic, and various schools of Islam have spread all the way up here, and Orthodoxy is almost extinct, except for obviously the Byzantines and a couple of random holdouts here in Land of the Rus. And Honderd and his ilk are officially a legendary house with over 200 living members, finishing out the blood legacy dynasty trait, and now working through kin here, giving some fertility and some eventual bonuses with that. So we are absolutely, this is peak humanity right here. This is peak, just absolute Giga Chad. This is how CK3 is intended to be played. You have absolutely nothing you can say that could convince me otherwise. Also, peak Scotland, am I right? They've even got some land over here in the land of the Sheepshaggas. Oh, I actually didn't realize this, that Christoph is actually a kinsman of Honderd over here, and the king of Serbia is actually of his dynasty, which is really cool. Oh, he's his son. He's his son, Honderd's son. Very good. Yes, he's got a few living children still, though it looks like in a few examples, even his like great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren have all died of old age, which is it's pretty impressive. But when you live to be 274 and you still look this good, anything is possible. Sadly, we've got a war between kinsmen here. Honderd attacking the King of Aragon for an artifact claim. And I was thinking, why don't we actually take a look here and see what kind of artifacts he has? Because obviously, after this much time, there is plenty of things that I'm sure he's collected. Obviously, the Emperor of the HRE gets the Reichskrone. Nuno's battle axe giving him some prowess, pursuit efficiency, and advantage on hills. His own steel mail giving him 10 prowess, which is legendary. The Hunnet regalia giving him quite a few bonuses. A Dutch brooch, a Hunnet brooch, anger for the Holy Roman Empire, the masterwork trinket, and Mandera's brooch as well. Lots of brooches for Honderd here. And we haven't spent much time in his holy court, but yeah, clearly the 10 grandeur level is well deserved. We have quite a few court artifacts here with the Iron Crown of Lombardy, the Throne of Charlemagne, Hide of the Mighty Hair of Sigevara, Sina's Skull, which that doesn't look like a skull to me, that looks like a femur, Hide of the White Boar of Van, Kaiser Honderd's Tapestry, the Kinderkrone, Magnificent Healing Guide, huh? My goodness, that is quite a few artifacts that they can put up around here and make this place a beautiful, beautiful throne room. And the Byzantines attacked these guys while they were at war with their kinsmen over in Aragon, and it looks like they've messed around and found out, because they have lost many men, tens of thousands of men actually, and over the 5 years that this war has been going on, they are getting completely squished like a bug. And this, my friends, is the world in 1459. Clearly, Byzantium has not fallen this time, but boy, oh boy, that's a big name for the Holy Roman Empire. Honderd, the mad lad, still lives, 414 years old, 28 children, outliving all but 4 of them, 20 titles in his domain, the legendary status, of course, with all of these guys filled out for legacies, so safe to say a very, very, very productive legacy, and a whopping 844 living members with 26 cadet branches, which is crazy. And in case you didn't know, Honderd is a man of great intellect, learning 23 languages. In his inventory, he has the Dutch sword, the Dutch plate armor, and the Hunnet regalia, so nothing super new over here. And a few new things over here in his artifact trove, but nothing super interesting, but a couple of skulls that are actually femurs, which I don't really get it, but I think that's just a, small indie company. You guys know how it is. I want to say that Honderd made me proud on the development front, but my goodness, how about India all the way over here into Iran and Byzantium with a whopping 94 in Constantinople? Like, sure, the HRE looks fine, but goodness gracious, Cordoba has 80, Rome has 73. Italy in general is just really developed, looking super good. And then all the Mongol lands are not doing very well. The de jure titles of the Holy Roman Empire have annexed most of Francia, Carpathia, Poland, all these areas over here. They've taken quite a bit of land in Scandinavia, almost the entirety of the Isle of Britain, and their borders range from Brest all the way over to the Ural Mountains, and then even past it in a couple of points. The Roman Empire was also very prolific in northern Africa, taking over the majority of the Maghreb, and they even worked their way over into Iberia, surrounding a couple of their families' lands. And yes, when you live a life like Honderd did, you have so many memories that they actually overwrite because there's just way too much to know. He finishes the game, still in good health, though he is frozen with grief, a drunkard and a giant, as well as obese. But he's been obese for like 300 years, and so I think that settles the debate on whether obesity is actually good for your health or not. Clearly it worked for him. Hunted Statman OP, am I right, boys? If you guys enjoyed, make sure you let me know by leaving a like on the video and leave a comment below if you would like to see more Crusader Kings in the future. And if you have a suggestion of a situation that you think would be fun to see, leave it in the comments below. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe and ding the bell and you'll get notified every time we upload new videos. You don't want to miss out on the fun stuff we've got coming in 2023. If you want to join my Discord, my subreddit, my Twitter, those things are all linked in the description below the video. And if you want early access to videos like this one, check out my Patreon linked in the description as well. And that is all I've got for you for today. You guys rock, I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, stay chill.